lover. How come I can't say to you? How come I can't tell you true? 'Cause I'm blue for you.
We've had 3 or 4 gigs. We've been playing them for a year, all these 9 songs that we did. And we've been working on them pretty steadily, but we haven't had many live shows.
Yeah, I think it's like 4 now, probably.
Yeah, it's about 4. It hasn't been many, but practice pretty much every week. So
Yep.
we knew them pretty inside out.
Definitely, we don't have anything recorded right now, other than the stuff we've done with this mic. So we're definitely jumped to the chance, and
Yeah, and we just walked in and we had no idea what it was going to sound like. We knew it was going to be one mic, and we walked in and pretty much set up, and within 15 minutes we had the first track down and didn't have to adjust anything really.
yeah, it was basically. I mean, it was like kind of like practice. I mean, it was
Yeah.
almost the same day we'd practice anyway, but it was like practice with headphones on rather than the vocals coming from a PA. So it sounded like how we'd play them at practice anyway.
Yeah, and the sound through the headphones wasn't overpowering in any way. There was one track, so I couldn't take out my drums, but I could hear them fine, and I could hear his vocals and the guitar, and we were just set up live, and it was great.
Blood is for hearts, and hearts are like shoestrings, always tied up in knots and coming undone. And like this young heart, it's never known true strings, it's always tied up in knots and coming undone. Sometimes a friend will tie one to another, and you'll trip and fall over heels for each other.
Yeah, so we did the first track and listened back through the system here, and it sounded like us. It sounded like how we play it in practice. It sounded great, good mix and everything. So we're like, oh yeah, might as well do all the songs that we have, because why not?
Yeah.
Has had its time, had its time.
In past recordings that I've done, you spend most of the time not playing, and the best thing about this was that, I mean, we were set up and all our gear was there, and within 20 minutes, a half hour, we were playing, and that was the end of it. It was just whatever we were capable of doing and whatever we were capable of playing, and so we were able to really focus on the music, and to have another experience like this, to use the mic again and record in this way, I'd come more prepared with editing our music, because that's all there really is to do.
Yeah, I think like the main issue with this process is that just things in the songs that we've written, like the arrangements and stuff like that, it's allowed us to like listen back and hear what needs to be fixed, and just kind of, it's like that's been the only problem with it, is that we're seeing things in the songs that aren't right. So it's like it's not a problem at all, actually. It's like
It's back to what it really is the playing.
Yeah.
You didn't worry about the after process. You worried about the now and what you were doing in that moment with each other too. I mean, you backing away from the mic and moving closer to the mic. There's no punching in. I mean, that's the norm now.
Yeah.
Is to punch in, certain sections.
Like cut out, oh, this guitar part sucks, I'll cut that out.
Yeah. I mean, the editing as you're playing.
I think it would definitely make it feel more like human and like natural. I mean, it's going to sound natural because that's the way it's played live, basically.
Yeah. It's I guess it goes back to, early recordings. I mean, you had one take and that was it.
Yeah.
And there was so much bleed into every other mic if they had, more than just a handful of mics. Yeah, it reminds me of like a Muscle Shoals session or something where you played it a few times until you got it right, and then that was the track that you had, and that was it.
Yeah, I guess that you just have to be a good musician and know how to play your instruments, I guess, is the only problem.
Which makes a great recording.
Yeah.
Because your source material is the only thing that really matters. I mean, you can play with it as much as you want in the end, but you're not going to get rid of that guitar squeal.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's a lot of bands that would never be able to do this because, like, there's so many recordings that are so overproduced that when they play it live, it just sounds shitty and will never, ever sound like the recording. But I think it works for us because it's so, like, two people, simple, easy.
It captured our feel.
Yeah.
I don't think recording... I don't know if we could record separately.
Yeah, it would be weird.
Yeah, it would have to be live. I mean, our music is so dependent on that feel and the playback.
Perfect.